You're watching Money9's Daily Market Dose, Corporate Central, where we get you the everyday pulse of the corporate world, and from all the big headlines to tracking the everyday market fluctuations, we get you all the highlights on this show. Let's find out what took place in the corporate world today. In the last 24 hours, there have been many big updates related to Go First, the Wadia Group airline company that is stuck in debt. First up, Abhilash Lal, the interim resolution professional, said that the Wadia Group remains committed and interested in the airline, and the IRP, while addressing the employees, said that the bankruptcy filing by the company is the first of its kind, where the company has not been dragged by any of the creditor, but the company itself approached the NCLT for restructuring its loan. The IRP also said that the company will need to raise capital to start operations again. Meanwhile, two more aircraft lessors, GY Aviation and SFV Aircraft Holding, on Thursday moved Appellate Tribunal NCLAT against the order passed by the NCLT. SMBC Aviation Capital had already moved NCLAT on Wednesday, hours after the NCLT admitted Go First insolvency plea. Also, lenders to Go First will likely classify the airline's account as a non-performing asset in the current quarter. As on 30th April 2023, Go First's account was standard, but it can be declared NPA based on the quarter ending June. The Supreme Court on Friday said that it may grant SEBI a 3-month extension to probe into allegations of stock price manipulation by the Adani Group and lapses in regulatory discourse. Although SEBI had sought a 6-month extension, matter has been now listed for Monday, that is May 15th, for consideration of SEBI's plea seeking an extension of time. In further setbacks for the Adani Group, two group firms, Adani Transmission and Adani Total Gas, have been dropped out from the MSCI India Index. The order will be effective at the close of trading on May 31st. The global index took the decision as part of its quarterly comprehensive index review, while the market was expecting that the weightage was of only these companies would be reduced. Meanwhile, Adani Enterprises announced that the company's board will meet on May 13 to approve the proposal of raising funds. The group is expected to raise $2 to $2.5 billion from Middle East and European investors. Three companies, Adani Enterprises, Adani Transmission and Adani Green Energy, are likely to raise funds. Meanwhile, Abu Dhabi conglomerate International Holding Company says that it has no intention of participating in any potential equity or bond sales by the Adani Group. SpiceJet on Thursday said that it has no plans to file for bankruptcy, even as lessors are pushing the airline to clear their dues. Ajay Singh, chairman and MD of SpiceJet, also said that the airline has started the process of reviving its grounded fleet by using the $50 million emergency credit line guarantee scheme funds and the airline's own cash. However, the company's lessors are pressuring SpiceJet to pay the outstanding amount to avert any Go First-like crisis. On Monday, May 8th, NCLT had heard the application of leasing company Aircastle for initiation of a bankruptcy process against SpiceJet. Aircastle alleged that SpiceJet has defaulted on its payment, but SpiceJet said that it had not taken any aircraft on lease from Aircastle. The matter will now be listed in and heard in NCLT on May 17th. The country's largest housing finance company, HDFC Limited, plans to sell its 2,000 crore rupees stressed loans. These loans are linked to 7 to 8 accounts, and this includes loans given to local owners of Radisson Blu properties. This is the last attempt by the HDFC to sell its stressed loans before the merger with HDFC Bank is completed. HDFC Limited is in talks with asset reconstruction companies to sell these loans. In the last quarter, HDFC received a bid of 1,100 crore rupees from Omkara ARC, but this bid was lower than HDFC Limited's expectation, due to which the deal could not be completed. In FY23, Acre bought the loans of developers twice at around 50% of the loan value. And Walmart-owned payments company PhonePe may be listed in India, and this means PhonePe's IPO may be on the horizon. Walmart's president and CEO, Doug McMillon, has shared this information in an interview with the media. He also said that PhonePe's business in India is very strong and is growing rapidly. Also, if at all PhonePe decides to enter the e-commerce business, it will not compete with its sister company, Flipkart, because both the companies will provide services to different types of customers. Shares of Zee Entertainment fell by 6.6% on Friday, May 12th. However, there was a good recovery in the stock from the day's low and the stock closed with a decline of about 3%. The stock also touched an intraday low of 179.30 rupees during the session. The reason behind the fall in the stock is the talks between the two exchanges, that is BSE, NSE and NCLT. Actually, BSE and NSE have informed the NCLT that SEBI has asked them to sell Shirpur Gold Refinery and has asked to share details of the order with NCLT. On 26th of April, we had told you on Corporate Central that SEBI has seized Shirpur Gold Refinery, ex-chairman Amit Goenka, promoter Jainir Infra Power and Multi Ventures and 5 other entities and issued an order cum show cause notice. Let us also tell you that hearing regarding Zee-Sony merger is also going on in NCLT and possibly that's why negative sentiment has been created in the market regarding Zee Entertainment stock. On Thursday, May 11, Japan's investor SoftBank issued an update saying that it has sold a total of 2.07% stake in Paytm's parent company, 197 Communications this year, which has been done in several phases. This stake sale has been done through the open market from February 10th to May 8th, by which SoftBank has received an amount of about $12 million by selling more than 1.3 million shares. Through this, the stake has come down from 13.24% to 11.17% and has been sold due to compliance with the takeover rules of SEBI. Earlier in November 2022, SoftBank Group had sold 4.5% stake through a block deal which fetched $200 million to the group. In fact, SoftBank has suffered a record loss of about $32 billion on its investment in FY 22-23. This loss is almost double the loss of FY 21-22. To protect this investment, SoftBank has also sold its stake in many startups this year like Paytm, PB Fintech, Delivery. And in the last few months, SoftBank has gradually reduced its stake in all of these startups. Well, that was all about corporates. Over to some market stocks that were in action today. We'll analyze the reason behind it as well. Let's take a look. First up is on Friday, on May 12th, the stock of Eicher Motors saw a jump of more than 7%. In Nifty, this stock was the highest gainer on Friday, and the reason is the good fourth quarter results. In quarter 4, the company's income increased by 19.1% from 3,193 crore rupees to 3,804 crore rupees, while the working profit rose from 757 crore rupees, 23% to 934 crore rupees. Operating margin has improved from 23.7% to 24.5% as against the estimate of 24%, and profits have also increased by 49%. Profit rose from 610 crore rupees to 906 crore rupees. And shares of mid-cap IT company Zensar Tech touched a 52-week high of 341 rupees on Friday after releasing its fourth quarter results on Thursday evening, which is the biggest one-day jump in the last about 3 months. In fact, unlike the big IT companies, Zensar Tech's results have been very strong. In quarter 4, the company's income has increased by 1.3% from 1,197.6 crore rupees to 1,212.6 crore rupees in quarter 4. EBIT, that is, working profit, increased by 65.1% from 85.2 crore rupees to 140.7 crore rupees, and EBIT margin improved from 7.11% to 11.6%. Major improvement in margins quarter on quarter was by 4.5%. Profit was up by 55.8% quarter on quarter to 119.2 crore rupees from 76.5 crore rupees due to strong operational performance. Also, dollar earnings growth was up 1.1% to $147.5 million, and for the past 2 quarters, dollar earnings were on the decline. Well, this news is also related to a mid-cap IT company whose fourth quarter results released on Thursday evening. We're talking about Intellect Design, whose results were out, whose stock has jumped up to 12% on Friday. It touched an all-time high of 522.55 rupees. In quarter 4, the company's income grew by 12.5% quarter on quarter at 615.5 crore rupees. EBITDA, that is, working profit, increased by 41.3% at 136.6 crore rupees, and EBITDA margin during the quarter stood at 22.2%, which is an improvement of 4.52% on a quarter-on-quarter basis, whereas the profit increased by 45.6% at 91.1 crore rupees. Apart from this, there is one more factor which has been very strong in the results, and that is the volumes. The company's volumes have been at the highest level since October 2015. Well, that's all on Corporate Central today. But before we get going over to some important corporate events and triggers which will have the potential to make market impacts, on May 12th, April CPI inflation and March IIP figures were released, which will have the potential to affect the market. Also, UK's Q1 GDP figures on May 12th to impact the market. Followed by on May 13th, Naveen Fluorine DMart results will be out. Also, board meeting on fundraising of Adani Enterprises, Adani Green, to take place on May 13th. And talking about board meetings, Themis Medicare's board meeting to also take place on May 13th. Dividend and stock split will be considered along with the results in the meeting. And also, board meeting of Gujarat Themis Bio will be held on May 13th. Both dividend and stock split will be considered in the meeting along with the results. Well, that was all on today's Corporate Central episode, but we'll be back with more new corporate stories next week. See you on Monday. Until then, stay tuned to Money9.